So let's go back then to the moment in Syria, which, and please correct me anything that I say that's wrong, but I also think there's probably a lot of people who will listen who maybe don't, fully understand what happened. But my understanding is that there were demonstrations in Syria at that time in 2010. And then at a school, right, there was a demonstration, and then Assad sends troops in to basically stop it. And they kill multiple students, right?
Yeah, yes.
Not just one student, but multiple students.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of like the last straw for the Syrian people who were against Assad and were kind of talking about the things that you're talking about, more in favor of, less dictatorship and more democracy type thing. So what was it? Because, it had to have been you had to have been so fed up as Syrian people to actually, the risks, like the power that Assad has. And so that civil war was just kind of such at least in the beginning, such a kind of, just like grassroots, the people rise up and say, no, enough is enough. Mm-hmm. Can you maybe describe what happened? How were people feeling and what led to that, straw breaking moment that caused the rebellion?
Yeah. I think like what you said also about the students in the school, like even one of them made the draw on the wall and his fingers were cut because he made that draw he wrote a sentence like we want freedom. So as you said, they are like people that are already fed up with how aggressive the government is, and like there were even like in the 80s. There were also demonstrations in mainly 2 cities in the country. And people in Hama, in a city there, were like put all together in one place and were burned to death because they demonstrated against the regime. And that was in the 80s. Yeah. So as you said, we already have an experience with that regime and we know how aggressive it is. But still people were like, they had enough from the government. And they wanted to speak up and they knew that there are a lot of risks. But I think maybe one of the reasons why they had this like courage to speak up was first of all the Arab Spring, where many countries were also like speaking up and the governments were also being like changed. And also another reason, maybe in the 80s, nobody heard about it from the whole world. Yeah. It was all like within the country and nobody heard about it. But now with the internet, with the social media, you can also like make the world know what's going on in your country. So maybe they believed like, even if they would be so aggressive with us, the world cannot let that happen. There are now like the human rights organizations, they cannot let this happen because they will know, we will let them know that this is happening. But still, it did not stop anything.
Yeah.
But at least everyone knows now.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
That's one of the important things, because before what happened in Hama in the 80s, no one knew about it. You don't have any social media. You don't have any like connections with others from other countries. So that's like fine. But I mean, now with by using social media, it helped us spreading the word. It helped us like telling others about what is happening right now in Syria, and the region wasn't like familiar with this kind of things. I mean, the whole generation, the new generation, our generation, was really like into using digital gadgets, social media, those kind of stuff. But the region wasn't like up to date with those technological things. And that was like slap in the face for them in a way. So yeah, I mean, social media helped us a lot to spread the word and let us other countries or maybe other organizations, as you mentioned, to support us in a way.